Very important tricks and concepts through illustrations will be clear of all these topics. Being very important, it is requested go through the session completely. Now let's start with the question and concepts. Question is, a lift is going up. The total mass of the lift and the passengers is 1500 kg. The variation in the speed of the lift is given by the graph as shown in the figure. What will be the tension in the rope pulling the lift at a time t equal to 1 second, 6 seconds, 11 seconds. Second part, what will be the average velocity and average acceleration during the course of entire motion? Right? Through this illustrations, basic concepts of graphical questions and free body diagram will be clear, right? Now, we have to find the tension. Tension means free body diagram of the man. This is 1500 kg. Weight x are always downward. No, this will be tension in the string. This is moving with the acceleration a upward. This is moving with the acceleration upward. As motion is upward, so this will be dominating t minus mg equal to m into a. T will be equal to mg plus a. Right? Now we can find out t in the three different cases if we know the acceleration. To know the acceleration, no. In graphical questions, if this is y-axis, this is x-axis. If y into x is there, think of slope, think of area, and y upon x is think of slope. Slope is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 equal to tan theta, that is given by m. Right? In this case, we have to find the acceleration. Acceleration is OA is accelerated portion, AB is uniform velocity, BC is uniform retardation. Right? So acceleration during OA. Acceleration A1 during motion OA. Then acceleration A2 during motion AB and acceleration A3 during motion BC, right? In this case, A1 will be equal to, this will be A1. So we have to find the ratio. Coordinates point A will be x coordinates 2, 3.6. This is 0, 0. So y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So 3.6 minus 0, A1 will be equal to 3.6 minus 0 divided by 2 minus 0, that is 1.8 meter per second square. 1.8 meter per second square. Second, in this case, speed is constant. For acceleration, there should be uniform increase in velocity. So therefore, acceleration A2 is 0. Line parallel, A2 equal to 0. Then acceleration A3. BC coordinates, this is the point 10, x coordinate 10, y coordinate is 3.6. And this is 12, 0. This is 12, 0. A3 will come out to be y2 minus y1. So say this is y2 0 minus 3.6 divided by 12 minus 10, that is minus 1.8 meter per second square. So we get the acceleration in the three cases. We get the acceleration A3 will be equal to minus 1.8 meter per second square. Now substituting values, A1 will be in first part, A2 will be in the second part, A3 third part. In this case T निकाल लीजिए. In this case T will be equal to M G plus A. In this case T will be equal to M G plus 0. In this case T equal to M G minus plus A. इसमें A put कर दीजिए 1.8 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर. इसमें A equal to 0, इसमें A equal to minus 1.8 मीटर पर. M और G की वैल्यू पता ही है आपको. ठीक है. This is all about the tensions in different occasions during this period, during this period, and during this period. Second is the what is the average velocity. To find average velocity, to find average velocity. Velocity is displacement upon time. Total time is 12 seconds. Displacement you have to find it out. To find the displacement, area of trapezium. So area of trapezium is, in this case, area of trapezium half sum of parallel sides OC plus AB into distance between those. So OABC CDE into AD. On simplification, this comes out to OC is 12 plus AB equal to DE, that is 10 minus 8 into 3.6. 12 plus 8, 20, 10, 36 meter. Displacement comes out to 36 meter. Then displacement is 36, this, so 3 meter per second average velocity. And to find the average acceleration, net change in velocity divided the total time. Net change in velocity is, finally velocity is 0, initial velocity, the change in velocity is 0. So net 0 divided by 12. 0 divided by 12, that is 0 meter per second square. These are the answers of all the parts. I think graphical questions में, again repeating, if it is the product, think of area. If it is the ratio, think of slope. Slope is equal to y2 minus y upon x2 minus x1, that is m equal to tan theta. Theta is the angle made by the line with the positive direction of axis. Positive direction होती है moving anti-clockwise. Right? Next. This is all about very basics regarding free body diagram. Tension is string में होगा, weight always acts downward, acceleration move body lift is moving upward, so T minus M is equal to M into A. In different three cases, we have found out T1, T2, T3. Right? Next question. Question is, a block of mass 25 kg. This is a block of 25 kg. Raised by the man, its mass is 50 kg. In two different ways as shown in the figure. What is the action on the floor by the man in two cases? If the floor yields to a normal force of 700 Newton, if the floor yields to normal force, which mode should be the man adopt to lift the block without the floor yielding? Yield point दे रखा है, तो floor is 700 Newton. Means, in which case, it force is less than 700 Newton, that will be favorable, right? Now, two cases are there. This is direct lifting, direct lifting of a weight. This is lifting through a pulley, lifting through a pulley, right? Now, in the direct race, what is the free body diagram? Weight is acting 25 kg, mg, and this is tension. This is same in both, right? And this is the object. And man का free body diagram क्या बनेगा? No. This is a man. Weight m into g. This is a normal n1, and this is tension T. Means this is the floor, this is the man weight. So both will, this is n1, this is नॉर्मल कह सकते हैं, रिएक्शन कह सकते हैं, कॉन्टैक्ट फोर्स कह सकते हैं. X always such a way that they try to separate each other and not to stick together. Not to stick together. So this is clear. ये normal force exerted by the floor on the man is N1, and N1 is also the exerted by the man on the floor. Now, in this case, this is a M1, this is a M2. T equal to M1G. In this case, vertical motion is there, N1 will be equal to M2G plus T. T क्या है इसमें? M2G plus M1G. This comes out to be M1 plus M2 into G. M1 is 25 kg, this is 75 kg, 50 kg into 10. This comes out 57, 50, this is 50 kg. 75, 750 Newton. In case of direct lifting, force on the floor is 750 Newton. So this will be not favorable. Second case, through pulley, M1, M2, 50 kg, 25 kg, 25G, tension. In this case, normal tension always acts in such a way that tighten the string not to lose it. Tighten the string not to lose it. Tension, and this is M2G, that is 50G. In this case, N1 will be equal to T plus N1 will be equal to 50G. So N1 will be equal to 50G minus T. T is 25G. 50 minus 25 into G, 10. 25, 22, 50 Newton. So this is favorable. This is favorable. So lifting through pulley is favorable. In this case, id force is less than 700 Newton, that is 250 Newton. In this case, it is 750 Newton. Direction of tension मैं बता दूं, direction of tension is always in such a way that it tightens the string not to lose it. According to that, you have to move it right. Now, next question. Till now, we have gone through this one. If you have any doubt, please comment. In further session, we are going to discuss concepts and tricks on these. Being very important, it is requested to go through the session completely. Now let's start with the question and concept. Question is, for the system as shown in the figure, find the acceleration of C. We have to find the acceleration of C. Acceleration of A, this is 5 meter per second, AA. And this is AB. That's with respect to ground or mark. We have to find the acceleration of C. Now, concept. Sum of change in length of string equal to 0. Assumption, string should be inextensible. String should be inextensible. In this case, this is moving downward, this is moving outward. We have to consider this one. Let's say this is moving downward, having acceleration AC. If our assumption is wrong, sign will change, we will move it upward. Right? Now, this is moving upward, this is moving downward, this is moving downward. Sum of changes. ये ऊपर जाएगा. In this case, it will decrease in length. So, minus x से x भी ये भी नीचे आएगा, ये भी नीचे आएगा. प्लस एक्स भी प्लस एक्स भी. अगर ये नीचे जा रहा है, ये भी नीचे जा रहा है, तो प्लस एक्स equal to 0. These are the change in lengths. Upward, negative, downward, positive. Now, minus x plus twice xb plus x equal to 0. Differentiating 2 times with respect to time, we get minus AA plus twice AB plus AC equal to 0. Therefore, AC comes out to be AA minus twice AB. Substituting values, this is 5 meter per second. 5 minus 2 into 2, that is 1 meter per second square. This answer is 1 meter per second square. As it comes out to positive, means our assumption was correct. Again, repeating the concept applicable, answer of this can be given orally, provided you know the concept. We have to make the equation of change in length. This is fixed. This is fixed pulley. This is fixed pulley. This is moving. Change in sum of length of a string should be equal to change. Increase plus decrease equal to 0. Make the sign convention upward positive, so downward will be negative. Decrease will be negative, the increase will be positive. Right? Next question. Question is, the 3 blocks shown in the figure move with constant velocities. Find the velocity block A and B. इसकी velocity find out करनी है. इसकी velocity given है, इसकी velocity given है, right? Now, in this case, velocity of this is given to downward, 10 meter per second. It is moving upward, 2 meter per second. Velocity of A find out करनी है, velocity of B find out करनी है. Pulley's concept. Pulley's concept. Pulley's concept will be equal to displacement of pulley. Displacement of pulley equal to averages of displacement of bodies connected to the pulley. Assumption: string connected is inextensible. यानी उसकी लेंथ में चेंज नहीं होना चाहिए. If pulley is fixed, displacement will be 0, right? Now, in this case, P1 is fixed. P1 is fixed. P1 is fixed. P1 के साथ कनेक्टेड है P2. तो XP1 will be equal to, ये डाउन जा रहा है, ये अप जा रहा है. तो XP2 माइनस XA डिवाइड बाई 2. दिस इज मीन्स ये डिक्रीज हो रहा है. अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन नेगेटिव ले ली, डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्शन पॉजिटिव ले ली, इंक्रीज पॉजिटिव ले लिया, डिक्रीज नेगेटिव ले लिया. You have to take the displacements, right? Now, as XP1 equal to 0, as pulley is fixed, therefore XA equal to XP2. Differentiating with respect to time, we get VA equal to VP2, that is 10 meter per second. 10 meter per second upward. 10 meter per second upward. Right? Velocity of V is 10 meter per second upward. This comes out to 10 meter per second upward. Right? Now, considering pulley B, for pulley B, XP2 equal to XB minus XC divided by 2. In this case, we have considered this is moving upward, so this will move downward, right? Twice XP2 will be equal to XB minus XC. So XB will be equal to twice XB plus XC. Differentiating with respect to time, we get VB equal to twice VP plus VC. 2 into 10 plus 2, 20 meter per second. This will go downward. This will go downward. VB is 22 meter per second downward. Again repeating, we have to consider the concept application of pulley. That is the displacement of pulley, average of displacements of bodies connected to the pulley. If pulley is fixed, displacement of pulley will be 0. To find displacement, simple this formula. To differentiate, to find velocity, differentiate with respect to time. To find acceleration, differentiate 2 times to the displacement equation 2 times. Right? Assumption is that string connected to inextensible. Increase or decrease. Some should be same, right? Next question. Question is, find the acceleration of the blocks in the figure. The pulley and the strings are massless. This is mass and say acceleration is A. This is acceleration is small m. This is moving pulley. Acceleration of A will be acceleration of this. This is fixed end. This is fixed end. All the distances are measured from the pulley. So this is capital X, this is small x. Then using concept of pulley constraint, that is x plus x minus x equal to say length of the string passing over the pulley. Concept क्या बना? Length of string passing over pulley equal to constant, right? Then twice x minus x equal to y. This is constant. Differentiation of constant is 0. Differentiating both sides with respect to time. So this comes out to twice a minus a equal to 0. A equal to 2. A equal to 2. Next. Then free body diagram and free body diagram of capital M. M F 2T A. F minus 2T equal to M into A. F minus 2T equal to M into A. And second के लिए ले लीजिए आप small m. Small m of T equal to MA. T equal to MA. इस पे T force लग रहा है, it will move the acceleration small m. T equal to MA. F minus इसको यूज किया इधर हमने F minus 2 MA equal to capital M capital A. F minus twice MA equal to M into capital A ले लिया हमने तो F minus 2 MA 4 MA equal to MA. So capital M plus 4M into A equal to F. A comes out to be F over M plus 4M. यानी कि acceleration of big mass capital M is F over. Therefore, acceleration of small mass M equal to A will be equal to twice of this. Twice F over M plus 4M. This is the answer. Concept applicable is here. One is length of the pulley passing length of string passing over the pulley is constant. Using that concept, differentiate one time to get velocity, differentiate two times to get acceleration. Otherwise, first of all, we have to find the displacement equation of Pulley constraints, right? Next question. Important tricks and concepts discussed till now on these topics, and further will be discussed on these topics. If any doubt, please comment. Now let's start with the question and concept. Question is, from the figure as shown, find the acceleration of 2 kg block with respect to this. Find the acceleration of this with respect to this. Given this is F1 is 4 Newton, F2 is 6 Newton, right? No. F1 is 4 Newton, F2 is 6 Newton. Let's say this is mass M1, this is mass M2. We have to find acceleration of 1, A, 1, 2. Acceleration of block 1 with respect to 2. Means observer is at point, that is observer at block 2. And we have to find A21 acceleration of block 2 with respect to 1. Observer at block 1. Right? In this case, I am going to consider the concept of FP. FP, that is pseudo force. Pseudo force. Right? Now you know frame of references. Frame of references. What is inertial frame of reference? That is not accelerated. Is accelerated now. Non-inertial, which is accelerated. Now in this case, this is accelerated, this is accelerated, therefore non-inertial frame. Non-inertial frame. This is also accelerated non-inertial frame. Right? If observer at non-inertial frame observing the free body diagram, then pseudo force come into picture. Then FP come into picture for non-inertial frame. Now, first we find A12. First of find A1. A1 will equal F1 over M1. F1 over 4 by 1. 4 by 1, that is 4 meter per second square. And A2, F2 by M2, 6 by 2, that is 3 meter per second square. 3 meter per second square. Right? To find A12, this is M1, 1 kg. Force acting on this is right side, this is F1. Now, observer is at F2, direction of this is left hand side. So, pseudo force will act on this M1 and direction of acceleration will be opposite to that. Direction of FP. This FP will be equal to mass of this M1 into A2. M1 is 1 kg into 3, that is 3 Newton. F1 is 4 Newton, right? So this is the pseudo force. Therefore, A12 will be equal to F1 plus Fp divided by M1. On simplification, 4 plus 3 divided by 1, that is 7 meter per second square. Similarly, for F2, A21. A21 means EM2, that is 2 kg. F2 is acting on this one. A2 is in this direction. A2 is in this direction. A1 is moving right side. The acceleration is on right side. So acceleration on the M2 will be on the left hand side. This will be equal to Fp will be equal to M2 into A1, right? Therefore, A21 will be equal to Fp plus F2 divided by 2 mass. So this is F2 is given to you 6 Newton plus M2 2 into A1. A1 comes out to be 4. This comes out to be 14 divided by 2, that is 7 meter per second square. Right? So pseudo force in this case is this one. Pseudo force in this case is this one. Frame of reference for this. This was the observing point. So the pseudo force will act on this in a direction which is opposite to this one. It will move in this direction. Mass of this body into acceleration of this, right? Now, next question. We have gone through this. If any doubt, please comment. In further session, we are going to discuss all these topics. It is also requested कि अगर अभी तक आपने YouTube चैनल सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया, please subscribe it and share with your colleagues. Now let's start with the question and concepts. Question is, a block is sliding along inclined plane as shown in the figure. If the acceleration of the chamber, this is a chamber, is as shown in the figure, the time required to cover a distance L along the plane is. 4 options are given to you. One of the option is correct, right? Concept applicable and solution. No. Concept applicable. One is pseudo force. Pseudo force. Fp. Right? That is equal to mass of object under consideration of observer into acceleration in opposite direction that of opposite direction of that of observer frame of reference. Right? This is regarding to the force. Now, first draw all the forces, all the real forces acting on it, plus pseudo force, right? resolve the forces along the plane and perpendicular to the plane. Yeah. In most cases, acceleration due to perpendicular forces, perpendicular to the plane of the forces does not accelerate, right? Find net force and find net force, that is driving force along the plane. This is all about the how to find the solution of this one. Now in this case, you see, this body is this weight mg, then resolving this mg cos theta, this is normal reaction and free body diagram of mass m with respect to chamber. Now we have to act one force. Chamber is moving in this direction. So pseudo force will act on this in this direction, opposite direction. Resolving this, इसका एक कंपोनेंट आएगा mg sin theta. Resolving the weight into two directions, one perpendicular to the plane of the surface, one along the plane. इसको resolve किया, this is theta. This will come out to be ma cos theta, upward will be mx sin theta, right? Now, the net driving force will be equal to mg sin theta plus ma cos theta. Net driving force equal to mg sin theta, that is equal to m into a, right? Therefore, a acceleration of the block will be m से m कट गया, g sin theta plus a cos theta. Now we have to find the time taken. To find time taken, use the formula s equal to ut plus half at square. This is L. Length of this initial velocity 0 plus half a g sin theta plus a cos theta into t square. Therefore, t comes out to be twice L upon g sin theta plus a cos theta under root. This is the answer. Let's see the option available. G sin theta plus a cos theta. This is option C is correct. C is correct. This component always acts down the plane, right? Next question. Question is, a block is kept on frictionless inclined surface with angle of inclination A, alpha. Angle of inclination alpha. The incline is given an acceleration of A. To keep the block stationary, then A is equal to acceleration is equal to, we have to find the answer. I have discussed all the concepts. The free body diagram will be, in this case, it is going to inclined plane. I am drawing only the forces which are acting along the plane. Mg sin theta always acts down the plane. And this is moving this direction, so it will move in this direction. So resolve along this, resolve along this. This is theta. So this will become Ma cos theta. I am not drawing the surface forces acting perpendicular to the plane of the surfaces, resolving this. Because in the earlier question I have discussed everything. To keep the object stationary, net driving force should be equal to 0. That is, this will be Ma cos theta. Ma cos theta should be equal to Mg sin theta. Goes, A comes out to be G sin theta upon cos theta. Right? Now, this comes out to be A equal to G tan theta. Tan theta alpha जो भी है उसके ले लीजिएगा. Right? The correct answer is C option. I have taken here theta in place of alpha. Right? Now, next question. These topics discussed up to now, if you have any doubt, please comment. In further session, we are going to discuss these. Being very important, it is requested go through the session completely. Now let's start with the question and concept. Concept is regarding friction force. Friction force FL, FF is the tangential component of net contact force acting between two bodies. What is net? Net contact force. First of all, I will discuss what is the contact force. Contact force is, this is the body, this is the surface resting on this body mass. Then contact force will be in such a way, one force will act on this side, one force will. Contact force is, one is acting on this side, one is acting, this is N, this is N. Now, contact force acts in such a way that it tries to separate the bodies and not to stick together. If this, then contact force on this will be N. It will be right. Now, contact force N equal to mg for horizontal surface. If no external force is, and N equal to mg cos theta for inclined surface means if this is the case, this is theta, if f is acting parallel to surface, then this is true. If external force, if external force is not parallel to surface, then n may rise or n may be low. Like this. If this is the inclined surface, this is angle theta, and one force is acting like this, alpha, f cos alpha, f sin alpha, right? In this case, n will be changed. It depends on nature of the force, whether it may increase, it may decrease, right? That we have to take it out. What is mu s? What is mu k? Coefficient of static force, force of static force, and this is the kinetic. Now this is the self-adjusting force, varies from 0 to FL. FL equal to mu mg भी हो सकता है, mu mg cos theta भी हो सकता है, और any other. This come into picture when about to move. This come into picture actually in motion. Mu s is greater than mu k. If nothing is mentioned in question regarding mu s or mu k, only mu is given. In that case, mu s is equal to mu k for intentional purposes, right? So contact, this is the net. I have discussed regarding the net contact force. It is the tangential component of the net contact force. Now, let's start with the question. Question is, a block of 3 kg rests on a rough contact with a plane inclined at 30 degrees to horizontal and just about to slip. Find the coefficient of friction between the block, plane and the block. Concept applicable. Surface is rough. Then there are two things. One is mu s, one is mu k. Coefficient of static friction and coefficient of kinetic friction. No, this is, in this case, this is the applicable limiting force of friction. When this is applicable when body just about to move. When this is applicable when body is in motion. Direction of friction force, opposite of relative motion. Relative motion. If nothing, no difference is given, then we can take mu s equal to mu k. Otherwise, mu s is greater than mu k, right? In the question, if it is not mentioned regarding the mu s and mu k, you can take mu s or mu k same. If otherwise it is given that mu s is greater than mu k. Now, in the case of friction force, this is a rough surface. So, contact force will act between these. ये इसको इधर पुश करेगा, ये इसको इधर पुश करेगा. We have to draw the free body diagram of this body. Free body diagram of this body. So this is called normal. Direction of normal or contact force is in such a way that it tries to separate the bodies and not to stick together. दोनों को एक upward लग रहा है, एक downward. They are trying to separate each other, right? In this case, direction of normal is given to you. Weight x vertically downward. This is the weight. Resolving this into this component, this component. This is friction force. This is friction. Mg sin theta. Sorry, this is component of weight. Mg sin theta always x down the plane whether motion is upward or downward, right? Whether motion is upward or downward. Now in this case, mu mg cos theta, it is just at about 2. If there is no friction force, it will move in this direction. Now we have to find the friction force in such a way that it just let it slide to slip. Then mg sin theta, this will act in that structure, mu n. What is n? N is the contact force or normal, and that is equal to, in this case, n will be equal to mg cos theta. Mg cos theta. Now, as summation y fy equal to 0 means mg cos theta equal to n, वो ले लिया हमने, and mg sin theta equal to mu n. Mg sin theta equal to mu n. Summation fx equal to 0. Just to move. Then mg sin theta equal to mu mg cos theta into mu. We have to find it out. Find the coefficient of friction. We have to find mu. Mu will equal to mg goes, that is tan theta. That is tan. What is the angle? Angle is given to you 30 degree. 30 degree. Tan 30 degree. That is 1 by root 3. This is the answer. I have discussed in detail the basic concept applicable in this question. Right? Next question. Question is, in the given figure, coefficient of friction between wedge. This is the wedge of mass m and block of mass m. This is a block. Is mu. Yani this is the rough surface. Coefficient of friction is mu. Find the minimum force, F minimum. To find it out, to keep the block stationary with respect to wedge. In this case, F minimum will be equal to M plus M into A, right? We have to find the value of A to satisfy the condition that it does not move down or up, right? In this case, normal force always acts perpendicular to the surface. And for this is the plane, it will act in this direction normally. So, normal, this will be FP pseudo force, and this will be friction force mu n in this direction, and weight mg. This will be it. This is the free body diagram of mass m with respect to wedge. As wedge is moving with acceleration a, say A is acceleration after application of force. Then force will be equal to M plus M into A. Now our requirement, the question is, so this is x-axis, this is y-axis, x, y, according to requirement of the question, according to requirement of the question, summation fx equal to 0 and summation fy equal to 0. The x-axis में तो n will be equal to ma. Pseudo force has been discussed in the laws of motion, very basic 3 and 4. You can go through Sethi law. Now, summation of x, summation y will be equal to, summation of x will be equal to n equal to ma, and summation y equal to mg equal to mu n, right? Mu n means mu mg, ma, mu na. So A will equal to g by mu. Substituting in equation is 1. Substituting in equation 1. Therefore, F minimum will equal to M plus M into A, g by mu. This is the answer. Right? Next question. Question is, a 6 kg block is kept on inclined plane, inclined rough surface as shown in the figure. This is the figure. Find the force required to keep the block stationary. Move the block downward with constant acceleration. Move the block upward with acceleration of 4 meters per second square. In this case, mu s is given 0.6, mu k is given 0.4. Means keep the block stationary. In this case, we will use mu s. Move the block downward with constant velocity. Means motion is there. We will use mu k. In this case, we will use mu k. Right? Now, when to use mu s, that has been discussed. Now, mg sin theta component, always acts downward. Now, if it is moving down, because the block is to be kept stationary, so friction force will come into picture. mg sin theta mu mg cos theta. In this case, mu s will be used. In this case, mu s will be. Force is acting this one. Force is acting this one. Means net force. This force should be equal to this force to keep the block stationary. To keep block stationary, F should be equal to mg sin theta minus mu s mg cos theta. Every parameter is given. On substitution, we get F equal to 34 Newton. You can solve it. We get F equal to 34 Newton. This is the part A. Part B. Part B में कह रहा है कि move the block downward with constant velocity. Move the block with constant velocity downward. mg sin theta component are always downward. Downward. The motion is downward. Relative motion downward, so mu mg cos theta will act in this direction. As the motion is there, mu k will come out to mu g cos theta. And what is F? What is F? As constant velocity, therefore F net will be equal to, in this case, F required, F will be equal to, we have to move in this direction. We have to move in this direction. Then force required. Move the block downward with constant velocity. Means force is acting upward, F is acting upward. So F net means mg sin theta minus mu k mg cos theta minus F should be equal to 0. On simplification, F comes out to be 14 Newton. F comes out to be 14 Newton. एक डाउनवर्ड फोर्स ये, दो अपवर्ड फोर्स ये लग रहे हैं, तो नेट रिजल्ट विल बी इक्वल टू 0. नेट फोर्स विल बी इक्वल टू 0. We find it out because acceleration is 0. Then next C part. C part में question is mg sin theta always downward. This force is like this, and we have to move with acceleration of 4 meters per second square. It is moving upward, so friction force will be acting downward, mu k mg cos theta. So it is to move upward according to question. Body block is to be moved upward with acceleration 4 meters per second square. With acceleration 4 meters per second square. 4 meters per second square. In that case, net force will go to m into a. Net force क्या रहेगा इस केस में? Upward चाहिए motion, तो this minus F minus mg sin theta minus mu k plus mu k mg cos theta equal to m into a. This is given, every parameter will find, substituting values, find F. F comes out to be, substituting the values, 84 Newton. That is the answer. In this case, we have that this is the case when it is stationary, when it is constant velocity, when it is accelerated. All the cases have been discussed in detail. Right? Next question. Concept regarding friction force. Friction force is tangential component of net. Be careful, net. Net contact force. Net contact force. What is contact force? When two bodies are in contact, then contact force come into picture in such a way in normal or R or FC, right? We can denote it by any way. Direction of contact force on the body. Director of contact force on a body is such a way that it tries to separate the bodies and not to stick together, right? This is regarding the direction. Now, what is mu s? What is mu k? Kinetic force of friction. And what is static force of friction? Static force of friction. Coefficient static force of friction, that is equal to mu Sn, and that is equal to mu k. Right? Mu Sn, mu k. And this is self-adjusting force, and it varies from 0 to FL. FL is the limiting force of friction. Limiting, that is equal to mu s. Once the body moves, once the body moves, kinetic force of friction come into play. Mu s is greater than mu k. In number of questions, nothing is mentioned regarding mu s or mu n, then mu will be considered as mu s as well as mu k, right? Mu k. That will be considered as mu s equal to mu k, right? In case of inclined plane, forces acting will be mg cos theta, mg sin theta. Mg sin theta components acts always down the plane, mg cos theta, right? This is regarding certain concepts regarding friction force. Now let's start with the question. Concepts of these topics in earlier session discussed through illustrations. If you have any doubt, please comment. In further session, we are going to discuss these. It is also requested कि अगर अभी तक आपने YouTube चैनल सेठी सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया, please subscribe it and share it with colleagues and friends. Now let's start with the question and concept. Question is, in the figure shown, find the force of friction acting on the block. State whether the block will move or not. If yes, with what acceleration. Right? Concept, applicability and solution. In this case, first of all, we draw the free body diagram of 3 kg block. That will be 3 kg. One force acting vertical downward, 6 Newton. Weight will act downward, that is 3 into 10, 30 Newton, M into G. One force is acting, 4 Newton. Force is acting Newton. Another force, this is 45, 30, 45 degree, 10 root 2. This will be equal to 10 root 2 cos 45, and that will be 10 root 2 sin 45. That is 10 Newton. That is 10 Newton. 10 Newton is 10. Cos 45 is 1 by root 2. Root 2 cancel out हो गया. And what will be the contact force? That is normal. No. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. Right? Contact force क्या होता है? Again repeating. This is the surface. Contact force, action reaction. ये normal है. ये will act in such a way that it will try to separate the bodies and not to stick together. I am again repeating again and again so that this concept may be clear. And what is friction force? Friction force is the tangential component of net. What is net? Contact force. Right now, according to now summation, Fy equal to 0 means upward force equal to the downward force. 6 plus 30. 6 plus 30 equal to n plus 10. Upward force is 10. And simplify हो गया 26 Newton. Now F static, limiting force of friction, that is equal to mu s. This is given to you, mu s is given 0.6. 0.6 into 26. 15.6 Newton. Mu k Fk kinetic force of friction, that is mu k, that is 0.4 into 26, that is 4 10.26, that is 4 Newton, right? 0.4 6 जोग 24 10.4 Newton, right? Now net driving force, that is horizontal force, this and this, ये भी इस डायरेक्शन में एक्ट कर रहा है, this is also acting in this direction. Net driving force is 4 plus 10 14 Newton. Now as part A, as driving force is less than Fs, that is 14 less than 15.56. Therefore, no motion. Therefore, force of friction will be 14 Newton. This is the answer. B part, to find the acceleration, as no motion, therefore acceleration equal to 0. This is the answer. Right? Next question. Question is, in the given figure, this is the figure, find the force of friction acting on the block. State whether block will move or not. If yes, with what acceleration? Right. Now in this case, first of all, drawing the free body diagram. This is 2 kg. 4 Newton is acting in this direction. And mg sin theta. Sin 37 की वैल्यू होती है 3/5 और cos 37 की वैल्यू होती है 4/5, right? mg sin theta, that is 2 into 10 into 3/5, that is 12 Newton. This is 12 Newton. Weight is acting vertically downward. So this is mg cos theta. This comes out to 2 into 10 into 4/5. This comes out to be 16 Newton. One is normal. Normal, that is contact force. Right? Any other force? No. Now, this is x-axis. Suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Summation Fy equal to 0. Because there is no vertical motion, then n will be equal to mg cos theta, that is equal to 16 Newton. 16 Newton. 2 into 10, 20, 20 into 4/5, 10. 0.4, 0.3. Fs, Fk, mu Sn, mu Kn. 0.4, 0.3 into 16 into 16, 6.4 Newton. This one 4.8 Newton. Right? Now, net driving force. Net driving force along the plane will be equal to net driving force along the plane will be equal to, this is how much, this is 14, this and mg sin theta component this one. So this comes out to be 12 minus 4, that is 8 Newton. As net driving force is greater than Fs, that is 8 greater than 6.4. Therefore, body will move downward. Body will move, and friction force will act upward or upward, and force of friction will be kinetic force of friction. Therefore, B naught acceleration equal to net force divided by the mass. That is net force कितना है हमारे पास? 8 minus 4.8. 8 minus 4.8 divided by 2. On simplification, this comes out to be 1.6 meter per second square downward. In this case, we have taken kinetic force of friction, Fk, because motion has started, right? And friction force will be acting on this, that is equal to the Fk, that is 4.8 Newton, right? Next question.
This is the last topic to be discussed in this session regarding very basics of laws of motion. In earlier session, we have gone through this. If you have any doubt, you can comment. It is also requested, go through the session completely. Now let's start with the question and concept.
Concept regarding friction force. When two bodies A and B, this is the rough surface, this is the smooth surface, and this force is not constant but time varying. Means if both bodies A and B will move together till FL, limiting force of friction, that is equal to mu ma. After that, that is A will be A to till FL, then find duration of A equal to AB. After that, body A, body B, F equal to 2T, F equal to FL. In this case, this is FL, AB. Right? Apply this and we can draw the graph on the time varying like this. Further concept is being cleared through questions. Let's start the question. Question is, two blocks A and B of masses 2 kg and 4 kg are placed one above the other as shown in the figure. This is the figure. A time varying force. This is not a constant, this is a time varying force. Applied on the upper block as shown in the figure. Here T is in second, F is Newton. Draw a graph showing accelerations of A and B on the y-axis and time on the x-axis. Coefficient of friction between A and B is mu equal to 1 by 2 and horizontal surface over which B is placed is smooth. Right? Let's start the question. This is 2 kg. This is 4 kg. This is smooth and this is rough. This is rough, right? This is applied force is not constant. Applied force is not constant but varying with time. That is time dependent. Time dependent. That is time dependent. Right? Now in this case, this is the rough surface. Now, as force F equal to 2T is time dependent, and friction force between A and B is mu m A into G. That is 1 by 2 into 2 into 10. That is 10 Newton. This is limiting force of friction. Now, up to FL, both bodies A and B will move together. Up to FL, if they will move together, and with maximum acceleration given by A maximum is equal to FL divided by MB. That is 10 divided by 4. That is 10 divided by 4. 2.5 meter per second square. A maximum is 2.5 meter per second square. Right? Now, A will be AB equal to 2.5 meter per second square. Now, to find the duration up to which they will move together. A equal to limiting force of F equal to MA plus MB. That is 2.5 equal to 2T divided by 2 plus 4, 6. 2T equal to 6 into 2.5. T equal to 3 into 2.5. That is 7.5 second. 7.5 second means both bodies A and B will move together up to T equal to 7.5 second. Okay, that is T less than equal to 7.5 seconds. T up to 1.5. Well, this is one of them. Now, to draw the graph. Now, regarding graph. We have to plot the graph. x-axis पे टाइम लेना, y-axis पे एक्सेलरेशन लेना, y-axis पे एक्सेलरेशन लेना, up to t less than equal to 7.5 second, AA equal to AB equal to 2.5 meter per second square till FL means till the applied force, friction force, which is to the limiting force of friction, that is 10 Newton. That is 10 Newton. That will be equal to, T will be equal, we have to find the relation between acceleration and T. A equal to AB equal to F. F is 2T. 2T divided by 2 plus 4. That is T by 3. You know the line, how to plot the line. Y equal to mx is a line passing through origin and having slope m equal to tan theta equal to here. In this case, up to 2.5. It is time varying. This is 2.5. This is 7.5 second. After that, body will move with the constant AB and acceleration A will change. After T greater than 7.5, slipping will be there. Slipping will be in between bodies A and B will be there. In between broad will be there, right? Then free body diagram of that. F equal to 2T. FL हमने निकाल दिया 10 न्यूटन. तो A maximum will be equal to AA will be equal to 2T minus 10 divided by how much is the force? That is 2. This comes out to T minus 5. T minus 5. Now this is equivalent to y equal to mx plus c. C is y-intercept. C is y-intercept. In this case, y-intercept is minus 5. So graph will be like this. Graph will be like this, 45 degree. And if we extend it behind, this will cut at minus 5. Right? This is will be 45. This is theta. Theta is tan theta equal to 1 by 3. This is 45 degree. If we extend it, again drawing the graph. This will okay, and this will become like this. This is 45 degree, this is theta. If we extend it further, so this will become minus 5. This is 7.5, this is 2.5 meter per second square, this is 7.5, this is the time, this is the acceleration. This is the acceleration, this is origin. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, right? Actually, this is overriding over here. This is the line passing through the origin, making theta tan theta equal to 1 by 3. In this case, You see, A equal to t minus 5. So m is 1. That is tan of 40 theta. Theta equal to 45 degree. Theta equal to 45 degree. So again repeating the complete procedure. Two bodies are given to, one is rough, one is smooth. Applied force is time dependent. Both the bodies will move together up to Fl. That is limiting force of friction. After that, this will move the constant acceleration, this will move the more acceleration. This is the time dependent. Graph has been drawn in the figure. Now, I would like to request, if you are new to my YouTube channel, Sethi Shift Learns, please like and subscribe to my channel and press bell icon to receive updates on concept killing videos. Thank you.